Last night I was feeling very, very stressed out. I was dealing with doubt and feelings of uncertainty. And I think it had to do with the fact that I was just tired. I notice when I get tired and I'm a little sleep deprived, maybe my confidence starts to wane a little bit and I recognize that I have to sleep. But not only that, I need more than sleep. I need prayer. And that's what I did last night. I was feeling super stressed about the future, you know what I mean? And I just started praying to God and asking God what I needed to do. And it was like God was just telling me, boy, you need to just relax and get some rest. Because I went to sleep and I really got a good night's sleep and I woke up feeling re-energized and feeling confident about the day. I almost was like, not almost, I was absolutely just claiming the day, saying, you know what, today's gonna be a great day. I don't care what happens, I don't care what anybody says or what I encounter, today's gonna be a good day, and I'm having a good day already. But I believe that doubt and uncertainty is something we feel all the time, as human beings, everyone does. Even the people who appear the most confident, they may be dealing with the most doubt. They have to sometimes posture their confidence to combat the doubt. A lot of times, a lot of my confidence comes from because of the fact that I feel doubt. And I don't want to live and stay in that paradigm. So I have to, in a lot of ways, put on this confident energy. And it's not like bravado, it's just this feeling of just strength and knowing that everything's going to be okay. Because, I think that that's important as a man, I don't have an immediate family, I don't have children or a wife, but I know that when I do have those blessings, I don't want them to ever see that doubt on my face. I want them to always know that, daddy has got it covered. Everything's gonna be okay, even if I feel the doubt, because I want them to know that everything's gonna work out. And when you're a leader, you have to maintain that, I believe. It's very important. So leaders for sure feel doubt. They feel doubt, they feel uncertainty. The most confident people feel that way. And I recognize the importance of prayer for me personally, how powerful that is, because when I lean on my own confidence, it's never strong enough. Personally, it's just not strong enough. I recognize that faith in a higher power and understanding that God is the Alpha Omega, just knowing that gives me so much more strength to recognize that everything will be okay and to not allow my doubt to control me. Because a lot of people are controlled by doubt. They're controlled by fear. And when you're controlled by those things, it really stops you from taking action and using your will, asserting your willpower. You know what I mean? It stops us. Because if you feel that doubt and you embody that doubt, why do anything? Why take any action? You don't believe anything will work out. And so for me, when I have faith in God, even when I feel doubt, it's like I will still move, even though I feel doubt. I will still take the action, even though I know that I don't know what will happen. And everything is uncertain. But it's like, you know what? Who cares? I'd rather take action and live as if things will work out than live if things won't work out, even if I don't know what will work out, if anything will work out. You know what I mean? It's just about doing it rather than just giving up, And in the game of life, no matter where you are, you should never give up. Continue to play as if there is an opportunity to win. There's a chance to win. It's like playing basketball. You could step foot on the court and immediately know that team is probably better than you. And they're just more skilled. They're more prepared, they're in better shape, they have more aggression, it's obvious that they're probably gonna win that game, but you can't live like that. You can't play like they're gonna win. Play as if you will win. Even if you're down 100 points, don't give up in the game and say, well, it's over. Second quarter, they're already up 100 points. I don't play like that. I still play balls to the wall, still play like, it's like we're still gonna win. Who cares? Just give it your all the time. Even if it's the fourth quarter and there's 10 seconds left or a minute left on the clock and they've already won, I don't care. If the clock is still moving, I'm still playing to win. You know what I mean? And that's just my spirit. That's what I embody. And I believe that that's what we have to do in this life. It's like, why play like you're going to lose anyways? Why? It's like, I don't see that as a beneficial way to play the game. Logically, it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm like, you know what? Give it my all. No matter what. And it doesn't matter where you are at in life. You may have lost. You may feel like you're losing. You may feel like the world thinks you've lost, but it's like, still wake up every day to play the game to win. And that's what I look at. And winning isn't always necessarily material success. It's just playing to win. And to me, playing to win just means giving your all and doing your best and being your best, no matter what struggles or obstacles are in front of you, no matter what your circumstance is, you know? That's just where I'm at with it. And I notice that the more I do that, the better I get at doing that. The easier it gets to do that, you know? And a lot of times I have a reputation of being positive all the time, or why is this person so confident? Why are they consistently showing up? And it's like, it's not that I don't feel doubt like everyone else. I feel the same amount of doubt. I may feel it even more. I may feel it so much more because I have such a big belief or big goals that bigger goals are going to instill probably bigger doubt within you because there's so much more uncertainty. But it's because I have the discipline to exercise my faith and pray more that it allows me just to keep putting one foot in front of the other and persevering. And I believe that that is just a much more, for me, I'm speaking for myself, it's a much easier existence for me. You know what I mean? Like, it's easier to live like that. You know what I mean? Even if it's harder for me to achieve goals, it's easier to persevere for me, you know? For a lot of people, struggle is difficult. And it's almost inherent that struggle is difficult. But for me, I find it easy to struggle because of my faith. You know what I mean? Like, it's a paradox. It seems like it doesn't make sense, but for me, I find it easy to do hard things. I find it easy to do difficult things. I find it easy to struggle. And that's why I feel like struggling isn't difficult for me. And I know that sounds like it doesn't make sense, but that's how I view the paradox. It's a paradox, but that's how I look at it. And I believe that, you know, your perception is everything. Perception becomes your reality. And for me, I believe that struggling is easy. Suffering is easy. Pain is easy. And that it may not make sense, but it's the perception of it that, for me, makes sense. Am I making sense? Am I just being fake deep? Am I just pretending to be wise? Maybe. Maybe I am. But I'm just speaking what I believe, you know? And to some others, my truth may not be true to them. My truth may not be applicable to everybody. Some people may not see the world the way I see it, but I see the world that way and it helps me, you know? And I'm not perfect. I recognize that more and more every day. The more I self-reflect, the more I realize how imperfect I am. That's why it's so important to self-reflect. It's so important. I never realized how important it was. And the reason why is because I didn't want to see my imperfections. I was afraid of that. But the more I embraced that I wasn't perfect inherently, the more I was motivated to self-reflect. Because I was like, you know what? I'm imperfect. So I might as well just recognize my imperfections and see them. Because now I can grow. And the more that I recognize my imperfections, the smarter I become, or the more wiser I become. Because now I'm seeing the mistakes that I make every day. And every day I gain a little more nuggets. I gain more nuggets of wisdom. And I think that that's how you can get wiser faster, by just self-reflecting. Every day learning a little bit more about yourself and about the world. And you can then apply to your life and teach to others. And so, you know, we can learn so much faster. And wisdom and the value we gain from the wisdom, or I would say the wisdom is valuable when you can learn faster. Because if it takes you longer to gain wisdom, then the value of that wisdom is less. You lose. I'm trying to put this into words. What I'm trying to say is, if it takes you longer to gain wisdom, then the value of that wisdom decreases, because life is fleeting. Time is fleeting. So you don't have as much time to actually apply that wisdom. So where's the value in it if you don't have time? It's logical. It makes more logical sense to learn faster because now you have more time to apply the wisdom that you're gaining. So it's so important to self-reflect on a daily basis so that you can learn and expedite your growth because now you have more time to apply the wisdom that you have. And that's something that a lot of people don't recognize. They think that, because they've lived longer, now they have all this wisdom, but it's like, man, if it took you 30 years to gain that wisdom, then the wisdom you have, it's not as valuable as you think. It's still valuable. You can still teach it, but it's like you don't have as much time to apply that wisdom. So it's so important to learn faster. That's why self-reflection is so important. Reflect. And I reflect like nobody's business, but I should reflect more. I should be reflecting more. Like every day, I'm making a conscious effort to go to my notes, and I have a thing that says self-reflection, and I will literally write every single thing that I did in that day that I could have done better, things that I noticed people say to me, things that I noticed people did that I didn't like, maybe things that I did that wasn't healthy, maybe it was a thought that I thought, or an action that I took that I could have done better at, or things that maybe I just observed about the world. I will reflect on it every day, and I realize that the more I do that, the more it compounds, and the smarter I get faster. You know what I'm saying? It's about how fast. That's like, to me, I'm recognizing, okay, getting the knowledge is important, but how fast can I get that knowledge? How much smarter can I get in a shorter amount of time? That's one thing I recognize, about life. And now I'm learning that growth and having a humble mind is so important, And I say that not to sound like I am Mr. Humble all the time, because I'm definitely not. But I have humility, because I recognize that having the humility means to be able to look at yourself and say, you know what, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. And as much as I believe I know a lot, I recognize there's still so much more to learn. And the more I self-reflect, the more I recognize there's still so much more to learn. And I think that combats ignorance. It's so easy to be blinded by ignorance. It's so easy to be blinded by age and education, because then we think we've learned it all. We know it all. And we think that we know more than others. So then we're not apt to put ourselves in scenarios where we could learn more or listen to others to learn more, because we're closed off from the knowledge. And I think that's what makes people more ignorant in a lot of ways. It makes people like stupid in a lot of cases. It makes people like educated idiots. People who are educated, but they're still idiotic because they think that they've learned enough. They don't need to know any more about the world. They don't need to learn from others. They know everything. I'm older than you. You know what I'm saying? I have more degrees than you, so I don't need to learn from you. And how do you save those people? They have to open their own minds and open their own hearts. And I think that what happens is life humbles them, and then they wake up to the fact that they need to learn more. And nobody's exempt from that. I've been affected by that. You know what I mean? So I'm not perfect. He who without sin cast the first stone. So me acting like I know everything and I'm Mr. Holier than thou is something that I absolutely recognize. This is why I'm challenging myself to repent more. And the self-reflection is absolutely a form of repentance for me, because I'm looking at my sins throughout the day. I'm like, okay, where was I egotistical? Okay, there I was right there. Where was I Mr. Prideful? Okay, there I was right there. Where was I lustful? Oh, there I was right there. Social media, you know what I mean? Oh man, she was beautiful, she's hot. Where was I exercising my lust a little too much through my gaze? You know what I mean? I need to work on that. Where was I being Mr. Egotistical or prideful? Maybe in this video, I may come across as Mr. Prideful, and I'm recognizing that as I'm speaking. I'm like, okay, no matter what you're teaching, continue to self-reflect in the process. And do not be prideful in the fact that you are Mr. Self-reflecting and you are Mr. Repentance, because that's a prideful sense in itself, to think that you're, Mr. Holier than thou because you do the repenting. And it's crazy how it all works, man. It's crazy. It's like it's layers within layers within layers. It's like inception with inception. It's like mirrors within mirrors within mirrors. And I don't know how to explain it any other way, man, but it's crazy. It's dope. You know, I think God is just like miraculous in that way that he makes the world so complex but simple at the same time. It's interesting. But yeah, I love life. I love life. I love this thing, man. Life for me, my life is like a romantic, action-packed, suspenseful comedy. It's everything. It's everything. It's definitely a comedy. It has to be. My life is absolutely a comedy. It's a romantic, thriller, suspenseful, action-packed comedy at the end of the day. Religious movie. Sci-fi. There's some sci-fi in there for sure. But it's interesting, and I enjoy it. And I think my life has become more enjoyable no matter where I'm at, no matter what circumstance I'm in, because I recognize it through that lens. I'm like, you know what, this is just a fucking movie that I'm in, and I'm the character in my life, and some circumstances will be in my favor, some won't be in my favor, but it's still in my favor that it's not in my favor. Because it's a part of the experience. And I'm just going to play it and live it, and I'm going to do the best I can, and I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to smile. And even if I want to cry, I'll still smile through the tears. If it's raining, I'll still smile through the rain. If there's pain, I'll smile through the pain, because I'm just thankful that I'm here and I have the opportunity to experience all the emotions. And I think that this is what God wants from us. And I think when we fight that, we're fighting the very nature of the game. You know, we're fighting what it is. It's like learning to love the losses. You know what I mean? Like, you can't play the game if you're afraid of losing and if you're angry when you lose. Like, I want to win, but smile when you lose, because it's like, it's part of the game. You know what I mean? At least you're playing. It's like playing basketball. I think Kobe talks about this. He's like, you know, you have to learn to love losing, because he just loves the fact that he gets to play the game. And there is an option that you will lose. That is a circumstance that will happen. But just be thankful that you get to step on the court and dribble the ball and shoot the ball and try and fail. But just be thankful at the end of the day that you got to step foot on the court. And that's life, man. That's life. And I think that when we recognize this, it makes our scenario and our situation so much easier. You know what I mean? Because we're just grateful to live. You know what I mean? We're not so worried about a lack of resources or a lack of a network. There's certain things that I need. I need provision. There's certain provisioning that I'm like, man, God, I need this. You know, I need more money, God. I would love more money. You know, I would love more resources. I would love more status. These things in life that, you know, make things more simple or easier for me. But I'm thankful. And that gratitude is such a powerful force, because, you know, in the past, I just wasn't grateful for things. You know, I wanted more, and it's okay to want more, but be grateful for what we have in that moment. And man, how many people are poor? Now, I don't like the word poor, but let's say a lot of people are lacking in finances. Their circumstances are not where they should be, but they still have a fucking phone. They still have a phone in their hand. You still have this ability to connect with the whole entire world. You still have this ability to go on the internet and gain information and watch videos. It's like, man, nobody should be ungrateful if you have a phone in your hand. And then to the extent that no one should be ungrateful if you have your legs and you have your hands and you have your eyes and you have a brain. None of us should be ungrateful. And so gratitude is something that we have to work on. You know, it's a practice, it's a discipline, and it gets easier the more that you do it. This is why prayer and thanking the good Lord for everything that we have is so important. And, you know, I'm recognizing that every single day as I wake up and I look at the world and I ask myself, man, when is things gonna get better for me? And it's like, things are better for you. You woke up today. You know what I mean? Your health is intact. Your loved ones are alive and healthy. You know, you have a life. So be grateful for the simple things, man. And, you know, that doesn't mean don't strive for more, but I think that the striving for more actually becomes more energized when you're just thankful for what you have. And I think when you're ungrateful for what you have, it almost can deplete your motivation in a lot of ways, because it's like, or maybe the motivation isn't being powered by the right source of energy. It's powered by pain and anger and jealousy or envy. And I think what happens is the actions that we take are not inspired by righteous intentions. And so maybe what we do is we'll do wrong or do harm or step on others or not have empathy for people because we're so focused on getting what we want. And that'll never really truly bring fulfillment and happiness. Or maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But for me, I know it doesn't. And so, I've gained that wisdom to learn when I wasn't that way, God removed a lot of things from my life to show me how to be grateful for just the bare minimum. And I think that through the process of that, it's transformed my motivation to be driven by a purpose bigger than myself and to be driven by a purpose rather than a lack of a purpose, Hi, how we doing? Thank you for joining. You got me going on my spiritual rant, just talking about life and gratitude. Big fan? No way. That's cool. I appreciate your support, 100%. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate your support. Love from India. Yo, beautiful, beautiful. Are you a practice Hindu? Are you Hindu? I need to learn more about India, and one day I will be in India because I want to learn about your culture. I want to learn about where you're from because there's more to learn, and I know that you guys got some secrets of the universe that everyone else does not know. Y'all know something that we don't know. A lot of us don't know. And I want to learn about what y'all know about the world because y'all know a lot. I need to learn more. I'm actually reading a book. I think it's based on India. Where's my book at? It's about Siddhartha. I know I have it somewhere. I got a book somewhere. I don't know where I put that book. Yeah, I had a book somewhere, but I got to read more about it. But one day I will be in India. I will go to India. I must. So anybody from there, thank you very much. And to you, Taza Kabar, God bless you. Thank you very much for joining. I was just talking about life, you know what I mean? And the importance of gratitude and being thankful for the fact that we're just alive and being thankful for where we are. Social media has us wanting what everybody else has in the world. And I think we have to reflect and recognize that, we have so much to be thankful for. And I think when you're more thankful, it says in the Bible, like, he who has will be given more, and he who doesn't have will be taken from. Things will be taken from them. And I think what that means is when you're just thankful for what you have, you will gain more. But when you're always focusing on what you don't have, you will be depleted of the little that you have, So being grateful. Please say something about gratitude. Okay, absolutely, yeah. Being grateful for the fact that we're alive, to just be able to play the game of life. Being thankful gives you just the motivation to just continue to strive for more and have like a certain positive energy about you to just be happy with what you have. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean don't strive for more, but be thankful. Be thankful for where you are at in life, because when you're thankful, it gives you the energy to keep going. It's a frequency, It's an energy that I don't think people recognize as it's a powerful force that keeps you just waking up with what you have to be thankful for and to go out into the world. But when you're constantly focusing on what you don't have, it depletes your energy force. It's an energy. Nikola Tesla said, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, you have to know energy, frequency, and vibration. And when you're vibrating with gratitude, it gives you that, it puts a pep in your step, it puts a smile on your face, and it gives you just more energy. It gives you the energy to just like keep going out into the world. And you may not have a lot. You could be living in a one-room shack, but you could look at your shack and say, you know what, I have a palace. I'm thankful for this palace. How to be disciplined. Discipline, honestly, the best way to establish discipline is to start small. Start small. What can you do every day that is easy to do? Something as easy as making your bed every day. Now, a lot of people say, making your bed, really? You're going to be disciplined with that? But it's the small things, because it's called keystone habits, which means that what you do affects everything else that you do. So if you can do one little thing simply, you could do everything else simply. If you just can discipline yourself, make your bed every day, then you can discipline yourself to do 10 push-ups a day. You can discipline yourself to make your bed every day and do 10 push-ups a day. You can discipline yourself to write your goals down every day. Simple things. And just do the little things. Can you do something simple every day for a month? And this is what I work on, I have become more disciplined in making videos every day, because I ask myself, how hard is it for me to grab my phone and talk to the camera for 10 minutes a day? I can do that 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Before, I wanted to see if I could do an hour a day. And I was like, you know what? Maybe an hour is too crazy. It's a lot to do. You know what I mean? That's like trying to climb a whole mountain every day. Can you just take 10 steps a day? 10 steps is better than not taking any steps. You know what I mean? Take 10 steps a day. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And then after a week, when you notice that 10 steps are easy to take, see if you can take 11 steps a day. You know what I mean? Get to 11. Now, some people are like 11 steps. Now, this is a metaphor. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, this is a metaphor. But this is how you can apply to anything. It's like going to the gym. You don't got to go to the gym for 2 hours a day and work your face off. Just walk in the doors. Can you walk in those doors and do 10 minutes in there? It may not even be the gym. For me, it's like, you know what? I may not be able to hit 100 push-ups a day and 100 sit-ups and run 3 miles a day, but can I do 20 push-ups a day? Easy. Get out of bed, do 20 push-ups. Boom, knocked it out every day. You know what I'm saying? That's so much more powerful. And what it does is it may not make major changes to your body, but what it's doing is training your mind to say, I'm a disciplined person. Every day I do these push-ups. And now, because I do these 20, I can do 30. Because I do these every day, what else can I do every day that's simple? You know what I mean? Like saving money. You may not be able to save $1,000 a day, but can you save $5 a day? Can you save $1 a day? And it's like, yeah, $1 a day. Wow, $30 after the end of a month. It's not really any money, but it's not really about the $30. It's about the habit that you're gaining. You're training your mind to say, I can do this. Yes, I am disciplined. Now you can say, I'm a disciplined person. You know what I mean? Now you can say that. And through that paradigm, now you can start to take on bigger things. You can take on more things to be more disciplined. And we are disciplined. Oh, okay. Marashu means thank you. Oh, cool. Okay. Marashu. What's you're welcome? How do you say you're welcome? Because I want to say you're welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, it's about doing the little things, discipline, That's why I make these videos every day. I'm disciplining myself to make these videos. I just told myself, how can I just do 10 minutes? I'm at 30 minutes right now. But Gandu. Yeah, it's about doing the little things, and then be proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, I did 10 push-ups a day for 30 days. Wow, I'm proud of myself. Like, just tell yourself that. Just give yourself that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody on the outside may not look at you and be like, wow, 10 push-ups. Who gives a damn? You know what I mean? Give it to yourself, because it raises your esteem and it makes you want to keep going. It makes you want to keep going and track your progress. You know what I'm saying? Look back on it and be thankful for yourself and be proud of yourself for doing. Sometimes the word pride is, I'm trying to find a better word, but we'll just say pride. Be proud of yourself. Just be proud of yourself. Yes, I do know ISO Speed. He's very inspirational to me. That guy is consistent. He's disciplined. He's focused. And you know what? I believe that guy relieves suffering in the world. He gives people joy, and he makes people laugh, and he entertains people, and he's dedicated. So I respect that 100%. Are you a fan of ISO Speed? What is it that you like about ISO Speed? Let me see if you're, yeah, see messages. I gotta watch more of his stuff. I see him on social media a lot. I see him with Kate. Who else is it? Kai Cenat. You know, those guys are doing very good, Joe. How to stop fapping? That's a good question. How to stop that? I don't really talk about those type of things, but you know what I did? First of all, let me think about that. How did I stop doing that? Because I don't do that. And there's a lot of times I want to. Social media will have you wanting to do that because there's so many beautiful women out here. I really, truly started to do the research on the power of not doing that. I recognized the power of not doing that. And I recognized how important it was to not do that. And I saw I read about the consequences so much that it kind of scared me. It scared me from doing that. It's almost like people who smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, they may know that it's not good for them, but if every day you read about the fucking consequences of that, and you see the consequences of that, to see the picture of that, how people get lung cancer, throat cancer, and all these things, it scares you. And for me, I started to recognize that if I am fapping every day or watching these videos, oh my gosh, I'm not going to have the motivation. I'm not going to have the energy. It's going to deplete me spiritually. And all these dreams and goals that I have, it's going to slow me down. And you know what? Mr. Leo Jakarta, you're not going to get it. All those things you want, you're not going to have those things, man. It's going to stop you from being successful. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to fucking stop because I really want to make something of myself. I want to do more. And I would hate to wake up 20 years from now and see myself as a man who didn't accomplish what he set out to accomplish. And I look back on all the years where I had these bad habits and I kept doing them and I didn't stop. And so I was like, I can't do that. But I don't do that. Nightfall happens. Yeah, it's about seeing the consequences and recognizing this is something to realize. The pain of discipline weighs ounces compared to the pain of regret, which weighs tons. The discipline required to not fap, it may be difficult in that moment, but that pain is not as much as the pain that you will feel months to years, decades, when you look back on your life and you wish that you stopped. And you look back on your life and you're like, holy shit, if only I would have stopped, my life would have been different. Look at all the time and energy I wasted on such a fucking wasteful habit. It depleted my energy. It depleted my motivation. I have to stop. You almost have to scare yourself because people a lot of times are not motivated by anything but pain. Sometimes you got to use the pain and fear to motivate you. Instinctually, you got to, or not instinctually, but intentionally instill that fear within you, the fear of like regret. Think about the person you will be if you continue to do that. I'm not saying this to scare you. Maybe it does, but if it does, maybe that's a good thing. You need to scare yourself intentionally. Not saying to live in fear, but sometimes use that fear as a motivating force. Because what I am motivated by, I'm not motivated by just what I want in life, but I'm absolutely motivated by what I do not want. I'm motivated by a life that I do not want. Because every day when I leave my house and I see people who live on the street or see people struggling and working jobs they hate, I'm looking at them and saying, you know what? That could be me if I continue to live a life undisciplined. If I don't discipline myself and write my goals down and quit these nasty habits, you know what? I could end up like that man out there who's living or working a job that he hates and is stuck there. I could be that guy. I'm not going to think that I can't be that guy. I could be that man. But I'm going to do what it takes to not be that man. So what does it take? I will stop. You have to be motivated sometimes by what you don't want. Because sometimes that's a much more powerful force than being motivated by what you do want. What do you do for living? What do I do for living? I create content on social media. I produce content. I make YouTube videos. I teach people how to build their own social media brands. I teach people how to create content on a daily basis and get paid through YouTube, and how to get clients through social media marketing, how to use your skills to create a service and create an offer, and then to what's the word? I guess look for, I don't know the best word, outsource or look for people who need your product, your service. So that's what I do for a living. I create content, I do music, I teach. Do you know Virat Kohli? What does that mean? Basket, body, kitna, higiga. What does that mean? Let me know what that means. I want to know. I wish I could stay on. Maybe I can grab my other phone. If I grab my phone, I can look up these words and then I could still live stream at the same time. Cricket. Yeah, I can still search what you're saying, and I can also continue to. Man, that smells good. Someone's cooking. Boss. Okay. Bye. Kitten. I'm looking this up. Meaning. Virat Kohli. I need to look these people up or these words. Search Ben Key Foodie in English. Okay. Ben Key Foodie. Oh. Nah. I don't know what that is. It looks like something that I'm not interested in, no offense. But it's sending me to something that's not healthy. But no, thank you. I don't know what that is, but it's sending me to a website that I choose not to go to. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not something that it's something that I entertain in my live streams, because I'm more about focusing on life wisdom and things that are a little bit more focused on helping people with their humanity and how they're living through, my own experiences. So I just don't really address those types of topics. But what's cricket? Oh, I don't watch cricket. Should I? Maybe I should watch cricket. It's a sport, correct? I'm sure it's a sport. India versus England. Cricket.
Now, cricket is taking its hardest swing yet and cracking the largest sports market in the world. The United States, MLC, or Major League Cricket is hoping to score big when it comes to make its debut this summer.
Honestly, it's one of the most exciting times being in the US as a cricketer.
You know what? I can't give you a real response on Messi or Ronaldo because I don't watch enough soccer. But I do know of these people, obviously, because these guys, whose names are everywhere. But I give mass respect to both of them because these men are playing at the highest level. The highest level. You know what I mean? So I have massive respect for both of them. I can't really give you a full answer. I could give you an answer between Kobe or LeBron. I love both, but I'm a big Kobe fan. I need to watch. I don't watch sports as much, but I'm an athlete. I box. I played football. I played basketball. I ran track. But in the last couple years of my life, I have not sat down and watched enough sports. So I apologize forgive me if we can't relate on that. Right now, I've been so focused, so I don't really consume as much content when it's sports currently. But I will get back into all that. But I know sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I could talk about it, but I'm just not really in that phase of life at the moment. I'm not in that chapter. I'm so focused on just making the content and focusing on like religious studies. Jai Hind Jai Bharat. Oh, it's a TV show. I'm looking it up. Okay, that's cool. You know what? I gotta do some research. I got learning to do. I absolutely got learning to do. Because I don't know much about the culture, but I need to. Hey, John Dalton, I'll give you the truth. At the moment, I'm not able to provide any resources in the physical, but I can say a prayer for you. Dear God, we have Mr. John Dalton here who's struggling. He ran out of gas and he needs some help. God, please help John find what he needs to get back on the road and to take care of himself and his family. Please help him. Whoever he's surrounded by, please help him. Whatever circumstance he's in, I pray that John Dalton finds his way, because he will find his way, and we know he will. And please instill the confidence and security within his mind to know that everything will work out for him, and the provisioning will be blessed upon him. And I'm sending my prayers to John Dalton, and I pray that John Dalton prays and he continues to have strength in himself and he doesn't give up on himself, because everything will work out. Period. Amen. Forgive me, John, if all I have is prayers, but that's all I have at the moment. I'm saying, let me see. I appreciate everybody in here. John, whatever you're going through at the moment, my man, just know everything will work out, man. Pray and pray and pray. When there's nothing we can do physically, we have to rely on the spiritual. Because what else do you have? We have to rely on the spiritual, and that's what I do. So you have to 10x your prayers, because the spiritual is really what creates the physical, not the other way around. It's okay. Okay, I'll look you up. Oh, cool. From YouTube, okay. Goodness gracious. That's dope. I appreciate everyone who's watching. This has been a very, very enlightening vlog, or excuse me, live stream. I'm learning so much. And you know what? I want to make my content better. So to anybody out there who's watching, if you continue to join my live streams and you have questions and you have things that you would like for me to talk about that could be beneficial to you, you know what? There's suggestion boxes open, baby. Drop your suggestions, because I would love to get better, because I want to be able to serve you the best way possible. How much more value can I provide? Because I want to provide as much as I possibly can to help anybody out there. So whoever's watching, I say thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. I send my prayers, and I pray good things come to you, and the best of luck, and whatever you're going through, you get through. And I pray that you have strength and prosperity and amazing health for the rest of your life. Thank you very much to everyone who tuned into this live. Until next time, peace and love.